When your alarm goes off, get going with Daybreak. The first thing you need, first thing in the morning. Daybreak on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Kohl's dropped Black Friday deals early, just like I manifested. I promised to use my powers for good.
Black Friday's early. Now that's powerful. Save up to 50% throughout the store. Plus, earn extra Kohl's cash at KohlsandKohl's.com. Febreze.
I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to working from home, I gotta have every part of my house clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze air mist to leave every room smelling fresh and clean. With that done, it's time to get to work.
How's my little champ doing? Okay, let's soothe that cold.
Yes, please.
NyQuil Hot Remedy soothes your cold symptoms to sleep. NyQuil Hot Remedy, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
This isn't really holiday shopping. I mean, discovering high-quality gifts, decor, and more at amazing prices just feels more joyful, right? This isn't holiday shopping. This is beyond shopping. This is finding.
Colbert's got an all-new Late Show with Sydney Sweeney. CBS tonight. CBS next Thursday.
We lured him into the bunker so he could torture him.
Yes.
Tony Hale guest stars.
Let's get in there now and prove it.
Must she touch everything?
Oh, that's it.
Elsbeth is all new CBS next Thursday, 10/9 Central.
Sheriff Country, new CBS Friday at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Veterans Voices, sponsored by the Maples Health and Rehabilitation.
The 5-year-old says, my mommy hit my belly. Pow, pow, pow.
Straight ahead here on your news at 10, we're talking to the victim's daughter after her own child is charged with domestic violence. We have an update on that victim's condition. And the cold is moving in. We're breaking down the timeline here in just a few minutes. And then what President Trump is doing to make GLP-1 medications more accessible for Americans looking to shed some weight. Your news at 10 starts right now.
This is Ozarks First News at 10.
Couldn't grow things out front, the front yard, because the front yard's closer to it, and it would seem like it'd have a black oily texture if you dug down deep.
We begin tonight with an update on the cleanup efforts from an old railroad tie plant in northwest Springfield. Now, it's been the source of concerns from neighbors for years now. Great to see you here tonight at 10. I'm Mike Landis. The former Kerr-McGee facility has been closed for decades, but neighbors claim contamination still affects their health. The main pollutant on the site is creosote, which is known to be cancer-causing, but officials have not confirmed a link between that site and local cancer cases. Ozarks First, Michael McLaughlin joining us live now from High Street near that site. There was a meeting tonight, Michael, to talk about what they found so far. You also talked with a neighbor who says she's still getting sick because of the contamination out there.
Right, so that meeting was held at the library station to answer questions from the community as well as share what they've learned in their ongoing investigation.
There's been a lot of progress towards the cleanup. There's still more work to be done, though.
Multi-State Trust Director Tasha Lewis tells me they continue to find new areas of concern, including the Golden Hills Detention Basin.
It is hydraulically connected to the former Kerr-McGee wood shooting facility. This year, we were able to get out and to sample the basin and the soils in there, and we did find that those soils are impacted with creosote-related chemicals.
While the basin is highly contaminated, it's contained and shouldn't be a direct risk to the surrounding neighborhood.
The basin is fenced, and it's intended as a stormwater basin to collect water from the Golden Hills subdivision. So in terms of risk posed to the community members that live in that area, that risk is low.
Longtime residents like Sharon Gamble have lived with the effects for decades.
I noticed a lot of issues in the ground with, I couldn't grow things out front, the front yard, because the front yard's closer to it, and it would seem like it'd have a black oily texture if you dug down deep. And that kind of has anticipated.
She's worried about what it might do to property values.
It's got to affect the values, especially when they have these meetings. It brings it to knowledge that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't buy in there if they knew it ahead of time.
And Lewis tells me that funding is starting to become a problem, as it takes about $1 million each year in order to keep that treatment system running. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Michael McLaughlin, Ozarks First.
For the first time in her entire life, has to stand up and deal with the consequences of her actions.
We're following up tonight on a disturbing domestic abuse case out of Polk County. Charma Comer is charged with domestic assault after authorities say she beat her mother and left her outside in the cold without her oxygen tank on Halloween. We spoke to one of Comer's sister, Destiny Wheeler, who says their mom was transported to Cox Health and has moved from the neuro ICU to another intensive care unit.
She never took care of my mom, no matter what, okay? As a person, you cannot, like, it's another human life, okay? That, I think people are forgetting the value of human life. She should be in hell, and it's where she belongs.
Comer is expected to be back in court on November 12th. Now, Wheeler says her family plans to apply for emergency guardianship for Comer's 3 kids who were there during the alleged assaults. We have some new surveillance images tonight showing the alleged suspect wanted for burglarizing the Glow Center in North Springfield. That happened back on October 21st. Now, police say he broke in, stole electronic devices, checks, and debit cards. You can see right there he's wearing a gray hoodie with some blue jeans and a red hat and some black tennis shoes. If you know anything about him, you're being asked to contact Springfield Police. Now, first look at our weather forecast here at 10:05 with a live look over the skies of downtown Springfield. Still at 60 degrees, so still feels pretty decently out there. We do have some cloudy skies, however. We're going to check in with Jamie. And Jamie, the temperatures right now going to seem pretty nice compared to what's in store for us.
That's right. You know, and in that scene right there, as we're looking at the square, we can see the unlit Christmas tree. We know that it's that season, and it's also that season of transition, where we can still have warm days, but we can also have cold days. And we've got a few of those heading our way for the end of the weekend into early next week. Right now, though, feeling pretty good outside. We have a wave of clouds moving through. Temperatures are still in the low 60s in many spots, 62 in Springfield. And I think with the cloud cover and also with the higher humidity ahead of an incoming cold front, we're going to keep lows in the 50s tonight. Looks like about 54 to start the day on Friday. And while there may be some clouds right when you get up, I think by the time you're probably at work, you're looking out the window, we're looking at sunny skies. And we're going to find sunny skies into the afternoon. And it should be a little warmer, too, on Friday. Expecting a high in the low 70s. So we've got a few more warm days, but we've got a burst of winter cold arriving this weekend and continuing into early next week. More on how cold and how it might impact fall color coming up. Mike?
All right, we'll see you soon, Jamie. Here's a live look tonight of our nation's capital as day 37 of the government shutdown comes to an end. After the FAA ordered airlines to reduce air traffic at the nation's busiest airports, carriers began canceling hundreds of flights scheduled for tomorrow. CBS News correspondent Erica Brown has those details.
The FAA plans to gradually cut flights by 10% at the nation's busiest airports, saying it's necessary to maintain safety amid air traffic controller shortages during the government shutdown.
My impression is this is another attempt at putting pressure on Congress to reopen the government.
The move is expected to affect travelers in at least 24 states.
I haven't traveled since the whole government shutdown, but I know the chaos that it's causing right now in people's lives. And so, yeah, I'm expecting a little bit of chaos as I go from here to Philadelphia.
CBS News has learned that Senate Republicans are hoping moderate Democrats would support an amended spending bill and a promise to hold a later vote on extending Affordable Care Act subsidies.
I'm hearing positive comments about some of the appropriations language, but I do think it could produce additional pressure, and I think that's good.
But some Democrats are pushing back.
Settling for some kind of vague promise about a vote in the future on some indeterminate bill without any definite inclusion in the law, I think is a mistake.
As the shutdown stretches into its 38th day, a federal judge in Rhode Island ordered the Trump administration to fully fund SNAP benefits for November. The Trump administration is set to appeal. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, China is buying U.S. crops after last week's tariffs and trade meeting between Presidents Trump and Xi Jinping. Beijing has ordered 120,000 tons of American wheat, its first purchase in a year, and a shipment of the grain sorghum is on the way. U.S. ag products are on display at this major trade show in Shanghai, showcasing American crops to those Chinese buyers.
I think from our U.S. soybean industry, we're very pleased. You know, we expected that this was a short-term bump in the road, but now we're very happy to have the opportunity for our U.S. soy from our 500,000 soybean farmers to be coming back into China.
Traders are still waiting to see the big soybean orders China promised, which is about 12 million tons by the end of this year.
Drastic discounts are very effective drugs. And so far, I've never heard anything bad about them. I only hear good about them.
President Trump also announcing a deal with pharmaceutical companies that could put popular weight loss drugs within reach for millions of Americans. In an agreement with drug makers Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, President Trump says for people paying directly for Wegovy or Zepbound, the average price will drop to about $350 for a 1-month supply, eventually going down to $245.
They've often cost consumers more than $1,000 per month, and some a lot more than that.
Now, as part of that agreement, coverage for those drugs known as GLP-1s will be expanding to Medicare patients. The administration says the goal is to improve access and affordability for Americans. A former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing Thursday she will not be seeking re-election. The 85-year-old Democrat says she'll be retiring from Congress when her term ends after nearly 40 years there in Washington.
My message to the city I love is this: San Francisco, know your power.
First elected back in 1987, she championed a lot of key pieces of legislation, including passage of the Affordable Care Act and the Respect for Marriage Act. She's the only woman to serve as House Speaker, a position she held twice. We've got plenty more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on social media. That's where we have fun videos, interactive stories, and other need-to-know news for your communities. You can find us on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Of course, don't forget to download our Ozarks First app and check out our website. Still to come here tonight after the break, the holiday season is here and Christmas is already on top of mind for many. What you need to know about the new Rockefeller Christmas tree and what fan favorites are being inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame.
Well, so maybe starting to look a little more like Christmas, and I think it's going to start feeling a little bit more like Christmas, at least in bursts, and we're going to get one of those early winter bursts this weekend. Look at how cold and how long it'll stick around in your forecast coming up.
Need a replacement part fast? Text us a photo and we'll find it in store for you. Harry Cooper Supply.
Unscripted on Ozarks First wants you to be our guest. We have teamed up with some of the best restaurants in the Ozarks to give you a tasty deal. We'll feature great restaurants on Unscripted. Then you can go to ozarksfirst.com. You'll find participating restaurants with exclusive offers. To check out this deal and many other exclusive restaurant offers, head over to the Unscripted tab at ozarksfirst.com and click on Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest from Unscripted on Ozarks First. Sponsored by Performance Food Service, Ozarks.
John Wayne Heating and Air wants to save you thousands. Take advantage of 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system. Call John Wayne Heating and Air and save big before November 30th for 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system.
Host unforgettable events with SCS Home Entertainment. From music to meetings, we have the right gear for every occasion. Explore options at scshomeentertainment.com or call 417-887-9558 today.
When disaster strikes, water, fire, mold, every second counts. That's why TriCat Restoration is here 24/7. Serving Springfield, our team brings chaos into order. It's more than restoration, it's our commitment to neighbors we call family. We don't just repair damage, we restore your peace of mind when the unexpected happens. Trust the team that cares. TriCat Restoration. Visit tricatrestoration.com.
Make this holiday season special with a brand new Jeep from Don Vance in Marshfield. It's easy during the Black Friday sales event. Drop by or give us a call to order your new customized Jeep and get it at the Don Vance price. Get the best service, the best price, and the best car buying experience in the Ozarks. Trust our family to take care of yours. It's a Don Vance tradition.
Whether you want to look us up online or look us in the eye, we're here for you.
Don Vance Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Marshfield. Upfront pricing, down home service, now with delivery.
And taking a peek outside, what we find is a lot of cloud cover and a little bit of moonshine filtering through those clouds. Actually a pretty night. Feels pretty good too. 62 right now. Winds a little breezy out of the southeast, and we've got dew points in the mid-50s. What does all this mean? All of this means a mild November night. We're gonna find lows only in the 50s tonight. It probably won't go below 54 here in Springfield, and that's unusually warm for November. And again, a lot of this has to do not only with the higher humidity, but also the cloud cover that we've got moving through our skies. Looking west, what we find is not much. Believe it or not, though, there is a cold front there. That cold front located here. It's going to move east. It'll be in our area tomorrow morning. When we wake up, areas along and south of I-44, there'll be a blanket of clouds, and there'll be a cold front on the back edge of that. And that cold front will sweep southeast, and it looks like clouds will quickly clear out during the morning. And I think for the bulk of the day, we're looking at sunny skies. And once again, like we've seen with all the fronts this week, we're going not much of a cold front. Didn't really change our temperatures at all. Yesterday, we were talking about a severe weather risk here in Kentucky and Tennessee. That risk looks lower today, but there still could be a few stronger storms, so keep that in mind if you're traveling east tomorrow. Looking at our pattern going into the weekend, again, nice on Friday, nice on Saturday. I do think Saturday we'll have a big wave of clouds move through during the day, so maybe partly sunny skies, but we'll be ahead of the cold front for most of the day. So temperatures are going to climb through the 60s and in areas to the south into the 70s. But by the end of the day, that cold front's moving through, and the first of a pair of surges of colder weather will move in. The first surge will knock temperatures back a little bit heading into Saturday evening, and it'll come with some gusty winds. The second surge really is the winter surge, and that arrives by Sunday morning. And I think overnight, Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to find gusty winds as we change seasons, as we get that colder air moving into the area. Temperatures tonight dropping into the 50s, about 54 in Springfield, with highs tomorrow in the low 70s. Saturday, not bad. Upper 60s north, low to mid 70s south. And then looking ahead to Sunday, there you go. We're flipping it back to wintertime. Upper 30s to low 40s for most areas. About 40 for a high here in Springfield. Yesterday I was talking about that risk of maybe some snow flurries. It's still on the table. I think we start the day off with cloudy skies, or at least mostly cloudy skies. And there is a signal in there for a little maybe patchy mist. And if it's cold enough, possibly some snow flurries. As we get into Sunday afternoon, we clear all of that out, but it is going to be cold with wind chills in the upper 20s and 30s. And by Monday morning, we're looking at lows in the low 20s. Some areas could get into the upper teens. This will be our coldest morning since early March. And we're looking at 12 or more hours below freezing. So this is a killing freeze. Last weekend, you could probably sneak by leaving the plants out on the porch, but this one you're not gonna. You're gonna have to bring the plants in if you want to see them again next summer. Also, think about a warm place for your pets if they're typically outside. Man, it's also a good time to prep the house for the upcoming winter cold, because you know this burst of winter coming this weekend isn't the last. For fall weather fans or fall foliage fans, we are very close to the peak. I think Friday and Saturday, great for leaf viewing. It will be mild, not terribly windy, but we will find cold and wind Sunday and then more wind on Tuesday. And that means we're probably going to see a big leaf drop. And by the following weekend, many of the trees may be bare by that point, or mostly bare by that point. But Mike, you can see we do see a quick pop in temperatures back up near 70 for a high on Wednesday.
Yeah, that'll be kind of unfortunate. I mean, we were hoping to see some colors. It wasn't super vibrant, but what we have seen is going to be gone pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's very pretty across the area. Yeah. The peak appears to be coinciding with this upcoming weekend. What I'm encouraging, though, is that if you like fall color, you want to see it, you want to enjoy it, you want to hike in it, do it this weekend. I think a lot of it may be gone by the following weekend.
Yeah, we're heading toward Thanksgiving. Hard to believe we're already past Halloween. And speaking of, that brings us to our question of the day. With Halloween over, we're wondering, what do you do with your leftover pumpkins? Do you simply throw them away, compost them, maybe give them to some animals, or you donate those? Looks like one of the popular options there tonight is feed them to animals. That's always a good one right there. Scan that QR code or go to our website, ozarksfirst.com/vote. Let us know what you do with those, and we'll have those final tallies for you in just a little bit. Well, here's a sure sign the season is on the way with this year's Rockefeller Center Christmas tree on its way to New York City. Crews cut down the 75-foot tall Norway spruce Thursday in upstate New York. It's about 150 miles from Rockefeller Center. The tree is 75 years old and weighs 11 tons, believe it or not. Judy Russ says it's nice her family's tree will be seen by people from around the world.
My son and I went to visit the tree last year, and that kind of got the wheels turning that maybe we have something big here.
The tree will be donated with more than 50,000 lights and then crowned with a 9-foot crystal star. The tree lighting show is on December 3rd, so we'll tune in for that. Well, some of your favorite childhood pastimes are headed for enshrinement in the National Toy Hall of Fame. The National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York ushered in the class of 2025 Thursday, featuring Battleship, Trivial Pursuit, and Slime.
I would say that play is important in general, and to celebrate it, especially right now, it's great to acknowledge our long history of play and how we relax and enjoy ourselves.
You know, great big hits there from the 80s. A dozen Playtime classics were selected as finalists, including Connect 4, the Star Wars lightsaber, the scooter, and this guy right here, Tickle Me Elmo. Can't forget him. Well, turning overseas now, where the historic city of Bethlehem is preparing for a festive Christmas after 2 quiet years because of the war in Gaza. The city is filling with colorful decorations right now, with residents saying the streets are finally starting to feel alive again. The mayor says he hopes this year's holiday season brings people new hope and joy.
We will light the tree of Christmas, the tree of Bethlehem, the tree of Palestine, and invite everybody from all over the world to come to light the Christmas tree, to send hope and love and peace to the whole world.
The tourists are already starting to return to the Holy City, with many visiting the Church of the Nativity. Still to come here tonight, another walkout is in the works. What this one could mean for Starbucks' biggest sale of the year.
Coming up tomorrow after daybreak on Unscripted, the Dickerson Park Zoo will join us with details on their upcoming small business open house, and the Discovery Center of Springfield will tell us how your kids can get in the holiday spirit with their very Grinchy Christmas this holiday season. See you bright and early tomorrow morning after daybreak.
Yahtzee Custom Structures, a trusted barn builder since 2005. We specialize in post-frame buildings and custom-built homes. So if you're looking for a long-lasting and well-designed pole barn, a custom-built home, a hobby shop, or an elegant and durable barn dominium, give us a call. We even do commercial properties. We offer fully staffed crews to ensure customers' projects will be started and finished within a reasonable time frame. And we stock our own quality lumber and supplies, so there are no delays with third-party vendors. Your next building is closer than you think with Yahtzee Custom Structures.
Christmas to Christmas. Sunday, December 7th, enjoy the legendary hits and Christmas songs of Lee Greenwood, live in the pavilion at Downstream Casino Resort. Tickets on sale at downstreamcasino.com and at the Hackathon gift shop. Lee Greenwood, Sunday, December 7th, live in the pavilion at Downstream Casino Resort. God bless the USA.
Matt Hefner on Ozarks First. First in weather, first for you.
At Marshfield Chevrolet, we have 200 quality pre-owned vehicles on the lot. Chevy Equinox, Blazer, Silverado, Trax, and more. GMC Sierra, Acadia, Encore, and Yukons. We've got deals for everyone, with 35-plus vehicles under $22,000. Competitive financing rates available. Got a trade or just need some cash? We want to buy your vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. Marshfield Chevrolet, just a short drive east from Springfield on Highway 44. Or online at marshfieldchevrolet.com.
Quarles Supply in Bolivar, where we make it simple to buy a new Kubota tractor.
And it ain't just tractors. This is great, ain't it?
Yeah!
Can you imagine how much fun it'd be if this thing was running?
Teams of experts, lifetimes of experience, groundbreaking clinical trials. That's how you change the game. That's the Brain Tumor Center at Siteman. Committed to research, invested in technology, Powered by Wash U Medicine and BJC Healthcare. Making a world of difference right here in St. Louis, across the region, and around the world. The Brain Tumor Center at Siteman.
Welcome back tonight. A jury in Virginia has awarded $10 million to a teacher who was shot by a 6-year-old student in her classroom. Abby Zwerner sued former assistant principal Ebony Parker, accusing her of failing to act despite several warnings the first grader may have had a gun. The defense called the January 2023 shooting an unpredictable, unprecedented, unforeseeable tragedy.
I remember just 3 years ago, almost to this date, hearing for the first time Abby's story and thinking that this could have been prevented. So now to hear from a jury of her peers that they agree that this tragedy could have been prevented. So we're very happy with the outcome for today, and we're happy that Abby's story got to be told.
Well, Parker has another trial next month for felony child neglect charges. Well, the NTSB is analyzing data from the flight recorders recovered from that UPS cargo plane that crashed into this explosion in Kentucky. The jet went down Tuesday after an engine fell off of a wing during takeoff from Louisville's International Airport. All 3 crew members on board and at least 9 people on the ground died. More than a dozen others were hurt, and officials are still trying to find several missing people in that wreckage. Flight recorders show the plane was grounded in Texas for 6 weeks, but it's not clear what kind of maintenance was performed. Well, showdown is brewing between Starbucks and thousands of union workers as they threaten to go on strike. Unionized baristas say they will walk off the job November 13th if the company does not finalize a labor contract that includes increased hours and higher take-home pay. That day is the company's annual Red Cup Day, which is one of the biggest sales events of the year for the retailer. Well, 25 years ago this week, astronauts opened the hatch to the International Space Station for the very first time, but the ISS will be retired at the end of this decade. The race is now on to replace that with Axiom Space in Houston, Texas, well on its way. Axiom's space station will start out attached to the ISS and then break ground and grow to 5 modules. The plan to launch the first module is in 2 years.
Coming up in sports, it's back to Saturday football.
You got to get yourself ready to excel quicker. I like day game.
Hear from the Bears boss on Saturday's noon kickoff.
If someone hit you and you ended up here, we can help.
The law office of Dr. Brad Bradshaw.
Election night in America. And News Nation with Decision Desk HQ was first to call the key races.
Decision Desk HQ way out in front. We are first because DDHQ is the best.
Plus, live, unbiased election analysis and insight.
Candidate quality matters, message matters.
We've been the first to call all the races.
When you need to know first, trust News Nation and Decision Desk HQ. The fastest and most accurate election results anywhere. News Nation. News for all Americans.
First. At Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. We're delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that comes with stain shield technology and an anti-scuff formula. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only durable, luxurious, change your life both professionally and romantically. Dutch Boy paint.
Smart shoppers know buying in the off-season is how you get the best price. And we know the best way to keep great installers is to never have winter layoffs. The Keep Our Crews Busy sale has to be the biggest sale because we have to keep our crews busy. If you book your siding or window project now, we'll install it this winter and you'll save 30% off your siding and insulation, plus $300 off each window. Once our winter schedule is full, this sale is over. We're booking up fast, so click.
So Wild Haven Homes is going to be the premier builder in Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Tennessee.
So ideally at Wild Haven Homes, we're looking for families that want a legacy. We want to go past just the idea of building cookie cutter homes and be able to do something that transcends time.
Whatever you want from a barn door perspective, we can provide that.
Why Wild Haven? Because you're going to be part of our family, and that's how we're going to treat you. And we're going to be there with you every step of the way, building your perfect Wild Haven home.
Visit our website, check us out on social media, and we hope that we can be a part of your forever home.
Might have gotten the Brewers back into it. Look at him time that ball.
Great leaping ability.
St. Louis Cardinal fans remember Willie McGee's catch from the 1982 World Series Game 3. Willie McGee was in the Ozarks tonight, and the St. Louis Cardinals announced today that the Major League Club will play an exhibition game against Springfield at Hammons Field. That'll be March 23rd after St. Louis breaks spring training camp in Florida. Willie McGee was the guest speaker at tonight's Boys and Girls Club of the Ozarks fundraiser, their 13th annual Thanks for Giving Gala. Willie McGee played 18 years in the Bigs, 13 in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. He's a four-time All-Star, a world champion, and the 1985 National League MVP. And McGee is still involved in coaching. He was in Springfield this summer, and he says the franchise is in good hands with new president Chaim Bloom.
Well, I think his track record speaks for itself. I think he's done a good job with Boston. I think he's done a good job with Tampa, and he's proven himself, So I'm looking forward to it. I already see, like I said, that Springfield staff, man, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that. I'm there sitting down the first day and the left-handers pitching, and I'm like, wow, this kid is good. Then the next day, wow, this left-hand kid is good. Then the next day, and I've never seen anything like that.
Missouri State Bears will fly to the East Coast for the first time since beating Marshall back on September 6th. Ryan Beard's Bears will be looking for 4 straight Conference USA wins. They're taking on Liberty. Mo State 5-3, the Flames 4-4. Both teams tied for 4th place in CUSA. It'll be the first day game for Missouri State in 8 weeks. The Bears lost to Southern Methodist 28-10 under the sun at Plaster Stadium. Mo State's played the rest of its games at night. Saturday's game kicks off at noon our time. Beard says his team needs to start the game fast.
That's kind of been our MO so far this year. Now we have to take it to another degree because it's early in the day. You have to get up, you have to get a decent breakfast, you got to get moving, you got to get yourself ready to excel quicker. I like day games. I think our players will like day games, will react well to it, in my opinion. We just got to continue to trust our processes, continue to travel like professionals, get our rest we need in the hotels, get the film work, get the walkthrough, and be ready to go.
Boys High School soccer tonight, Class 2 District 5 championship between Springfield Catholic and Rogersville. The Fighting Irish beating the Wildcats a month ago. 12 minutes into the action, Matthew Garrity shot here. One-handed save by the Wildcat keeper. But with 7 minutes left in the first half, Tyler Hollum would fire a low bullet that finds the back of the net, and Catholic would lead 1-0 at halftime. The Irish would add an insurance goal in the second half thanks to Ethan Mollering's cleanup job right here. And the Irish shut out Log Rock 4-0 to advance to the state quarterfinals. Missouri State High School Volleyball Championships this week in St. Joe. And this morning, Nixa losing to Class 5 semifinals to Lafayette at Wildwood. Lafayette, is the 3-time defending state champions. The Eagles lost 3-1. Nixa will play for 3rd place tomorrow morning. It's going to wrap it up for sports. Mike on the News will be right back.
When it's time to get your next new Ford truck, get it from Don Vance Ford in Marshfield. Give us a call or come on the lot to customize your next new vehicle today. Our team of professionals will help you design it, Ford builds it, and we deliver it at the Don Vance price. We make it easy. After all, we've been making our neighbors in the Ozarks happy for decades. Trust our family to take care of yours. It's a Don Vance tradition. Whether you want to look us up online or look us in the eye, we're here for you. Don Vance Ford in Marshfield, upfront pricing, down-home service, now with delivery.
Don't miss James River Television, Thursday late nights at 1:05 a.m. here on Color 10. Hear inspiring messages from Pastor John Lindell that come directly from the Word of God and can be applied to your life. The best is yet to come.
Branson's Grand Village invites you to Kringle's, Missouri's grandest Christmas shop. Discover bright wonders and holiday surprises around every corner. Shop early for this year's new holiday decorations and gifts before they're gone. At Kringle's Village Treasures, you'll find unique and exciting gifts sure to bring a smile to anyone. Drop in next door at Mel's Hard Luck Diner, where the show surrounds you as we sing for your supper. Enjoy dinner favorites and satisfy your sweet tooth with Branson's best soda fountain treats. Fun music, super food, great shopping. Come see us.
When your alarm goes off, Daybreak is on with your first look at the top stories, weather, traffic, and more with Angela Luna and Tom Schmidt. Get going with Daybreak, the first thing you need, first thing in the morning. Daybreak on Ozarks First. Join the fun with Maddie Conklin, only on Unscripted.
With over 4,000 sunrooms built in the Ozarks, call Modern Exteriors today and get up to $2,500 off and a free consultation.
Modern Exteriors, where quality and price become friends.
This November, Downstream Casino Resort is stuffing your pockets with cash. It's the $100,000 Cash Bash. Every Saturday, drawings start at 5 p.m. Every half hour, one lucky winner will pocket $1,000. At 10 p.m., one lucky winner will feast on a fortune with a grand prize drawing of $10,000 cash. Join us Saturdays in November and stuff your pockets with winnings. Only at Downstream Casino Resort. Must be 18 year old. See Q Club for details. Must be present to win the grand prize.
It's your home. Make it perfect. Find out how at OzarksFirst.com's Ozarks Home Experts. Multiply Credit Union can help get you into a new home or vehicle with competitive interest rates. Their team will work with you to find the solution that fits your needs. Multiply Credit Union, an Ozarks Home Experts partner.
Well, our question of the day is, with Halloween long over, what are you doing with your leftover pumpkins? You throw them away, compost them, feed them to the animals, or donate them. Over the evening, as the results have rolled in, looks pretty evenly split between just throwing them in the garbage, I guess. I will tell you, when a pumpkin rots, it's pretty rancid.
Wow.
The smell, yeah, it's not nice. Apparently animals like to eat them, so people do that, just chuck them over the fence, maybe to the horse or the cattle.
What about this question? I don't think we've asked this question this week, and I think it's fitting. What do you do with all that candy that you didn't give out Halloween
Bring it to work.
night? Give it to, well, that could be one of the answers.
That, yeah.
That might be the winning answer, but I mean, what do you do with it?
Have you been to the sports
Do you throw it
office?
away?
Yeah, have a big stash right there. All right. Well, if you're leaving the pumpkin on the porch, haven't brought it in, it's going to be frozen by the end of the weekend, I would say.
Yeah, Monday morning. That's a frozen pumpkin Monday morning.
Going to bundle up for that one. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Friday. Bye-bye.
Tonight's episode of The Late Show is brought to you by a special sponsor.
He moved you with the shape of water. He blew you away with